remember how commerce and trade work. It's an exchange of value. You provide value, somebody provides you currency, money. It's just a cycle. And so if you want to earn $10,000, well, you've got to learn how to provide that type of value that would equate to $10,000. It doesn't mean to one person necessarily. It could be to 10 people, right? Or 20 people. But you need to provide that level of value, and you have to be capable of providing that value. Now, you have it within you, but you have to learn how to bring that out into the world. The potential is there. You have to now learn how to communicate it or express it or manifest it. That means, not just working with a client, but it also means being able to develop a website or business or marketing. Like all of these things is part of it. But you've got to have a fixed point. Have yourself a fixed goal and know that it's possible. You got to remind yourself that it's possible. It should be a stretch, but it shouldn't be way beyond the realm of possibility for you. So to go from zero to 100,000, it's a big stretch. You won't believe you can do it, so you won't get anywhere. But to go from zero to 10,000, I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it, but I know I can. Once you start getting any result and moving towards that, now it's like, wow, this is your belief starts to increase. And everything at the end of the day comes down to belief. So even if you make 100 or 500 or 1,000 and your goal is 10,000, wow, okay, I just got to keep going and I can get that. And once you get that goal, $10,000, I did it. What's next? Focus, stay focused and motivated. What does that mean for you? Does that mean having a car or a new car? Or does that mean being able to go for Umrah and Hajj? Spend time with pious people? What's valuable to you? And that's what that represents. That 10,000 or whatever you end up deciding in terms of your goal, like your fixed target, and whatever you need to do, you got to figure out how to do it to get there. Just think about when you do. What is that going to provide for you? And then that's where the motivation comes from. Just get out of your own way. Just do what you need to do. Right? Your ego is going to be there every step of the way, trying to trip you up, trying to slow you down, trying to confuse you, trying to distract you, and the whole game is just staying focused. That's why we pray too, by the way. Think about it. 5 times a day, we are trying to reclaim our focus and literally turning our body towards a definite fixed point, Kaaba. It's like giving ourselves a compass and alignment. 5 times a day, fighting to overcome distraction, heedlessness, diffusion, dispersion of energy and focus. Trying to come to consciousness. Focus. Focus is the key. Find yourself a fixed point and just start, taking steps towards it and get better and better. Take better steps, like learn as you go. Like, okay, and this can be very literal too, right? So I went on Hijrah and earlier this year, the beginning of the year. It was the first time for me being in a situation like that where we were walking from Mecca to Medina, so it's almost 200 miles was the distance we had to cover. And I had never done anything to that degree. And I've gone on some hikes and, I've done some camping, but nothing sort of that intense. So I literally had to learn how to travel. Like I had some mediocre shoes. I didn't have the right equipment. I didn't have the right backpack. I didn't have the right clothing. So I struggled. I suffered. And so it's not just walking and sort of not, but learn, okay, well, I could be doing this better. I can have better shoes, for example, in this case, or I can learn how to walk better. I can learn how to tie my pack better. All of these little things. As you walk, you learn. Learn as you do. Learn by doing, or learn and improve. This is what's called iteration, right? You have to just keep iterating, right? So have that fixed point, start moving towards it, and learning and improving every step as you go. You get some kind of a result, learn, adapt. That's literally the process of evolution that eventually leads to survival and to thriving and to success. It's your ability to learn and adapt. Potential is only a very small part of the equation, actually. A lot of people have potential. Very few actualize it. And a lot of people that don't have great potential, as you'll see in this film Gattaca, a lot of those people who don't have the potential that others have become far more successful because of their choices. write for yourself a fixed goal, a point. And that's what your life now, your daily life, right? Your day life, the life of your day has to be focused on. What does it require? What do you have to become? And what do you have to do to get that result? There's a principle, be, do, have. And what do you have to do and what do you have to become to have that result? So in your control is the being and the doing. The having then comes from God. He provides, but your responsibility is the first half of that equation. Being and doing, or becoming and doing. What does that person look like? What does he act like? What does he eat like? What does he talk like? What does he think like? What does he read? When does he sleep? And you've got to become that person. You can't get a new result unless you become a new person. Because the result that you'll continue to get is by, unless you change, is exactly what you've got. So have that fixed point. And then, again, the other part of it is, right, that's during your day, during your night, that's the time for your spirituality. So spend at least, I would say, 1 hour a night in worship and prayer and dhikr, especially in the deep night. You do that, you'll be balanced. You'll make actually rapid success because now you're balanced between your day and your night, between dunya and akhirah, between the material and the spiritual. And that is what we have to do. There's no way around it. You can't just be spiritual and you can't just be worldly. And you can, but you wouldn't be taking the path of the Muslim. That's not Surat al-Mustaqim. Surat al-Mustaqim by definition is that path of balance that requires somehow doing what so few people do. The Muslims used to be able to do this, but that's what it is, balancing the world and the faith together. And it's beautiful actually because it keeps you in between these two. Right? You're living at the barzakh, at the nexus of these two worlds, the world of spirit and eternity and the world of matter and time. You're living in between these two. You're in both places at once and yet in neither. And that actually creates the level of detachment necessary to actually become successful and to transcend the ego. That's this idea of being in this, the idea of balance really, and being in between these two, the barzakh, the meeting and the merging of the two seas. This is why I have this website, Border Point. It's that meeting point. And that's where human potential becomes awakened, actualized, realized. It's at that place. So just keep that in mind in terms of balance and hold on to both. During your day, do for your dunya. During your night, do for your akhirah. That's the way. That's the path. This is the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established in the Quran. So He created the universe and the world. And you may work, I was just having this conversation we had a session at Awakenings Academy. We had a men's circle, which I've been doing up until now once a month. Because of Allah's mercy, any good you do is 10 times rewarded. Any bad you do or anything else you do is just one time. You do something sinful, you get one sayad, like one sin. You do something good or you intend to do something good, you get the reward for it. You actually do it, you get 10 times the reward. So you may be working for your day for 8 or 10 hours a day, and that's what the world requires. So now, do you balance that by working for Allah 10 hours a night? Is that even possible? But you only need to do 1 hour because Allah multiplies it by 10. Any good you do, He multiplies by 10. That's His mercy. So this is why He says, for example, prayer is better than sleep in the adhan for Fajr prayer. But before Fajr, even more special time, or very special time. 1 hour at night will balance your whole day. And that's when you capture the barakah. Your goal's very attainable, but you just got to focus and go out and get it, go out and claim it, create it, take it, make it. You got to get a result first, and then you can reassess. But if you keep doubting yourself or questioning or wondering every step of the way, you won't make any progress. You got to. So what happens is you'll get moments of clarity, and Allah gives you points of clarity, like plateaus, and then that's where you've got to make a decision, and then you can stay committed to that till you reach it really, and then you can reassess the situation. But you can't keep wondering every step of the way. And that's actually it's one of the qualities of manhood is the ability to not waver, not doubt. Right. This is where Tony Robbins talks about this. So when you make a decision, you cut off all other possibilities and you now move forward and get it done. You don't keep questioning and doubting and wondering. God gives you clarity and insight, now you follow through with it until the next point. Come up with a fixed point, goal, target, and don't rest until you get it. It may take you 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever. You'll get it as long as you keep moving forward.